Hey,
Hey.
welcome.
Hi.
The long way out.
You love to do
I
that.
love saying that. The long. The word long, you can play with that.
Yeah.
Long.
Oh.
The long way out.
Yeah, I think you just love.
I love the name of the show.
I think you're just an entertainer, you know?
Hey, Anthony the Entertainer.
I think you love doing this. I think you like hearing your own voice. You do. I'm not going to lie. I think you're into this.
Yeah, it's cool. It's different.
It is very
I'm out of my element, to be honest with you.
I'm every time I hit record on this, I get nervous. 'Cause I'm
I don't feel I'm good enough.
we'll get better at
Yeah,
this.
I just don't feel like, for some people like you, it comes natural.
It really doesn't.
It does. You can hold a
No.
conversation like, when you're on the air, like DJs, they have a conversation with themselves, like nobody's talking with them.
No, they get callers and stuff.
Yeah, but for the most part, they're talking, and they can talk for a long while without anybody intervening. I need to be speaking with somebody. I can't just sit here all night and talk.
I think that's why with this format
Maybe
works.
I could if there was a topic. I don't know.
Well, there's plenty of stuff we can talk about today. I mean, we did listen back to the first episode, and there was some things that we wanted to clarify on. There are some things that I said that I probably feel like I need to apologize for. But I'll tell you something though, editing. I've learned a lot about editing, and I've learned a lot about what we should do before we get to the editing part. But what a pain in the ass, right? Because we recorded that episode a week ago.
Is it been a week already?
It's been a week now, right?
Seems like we did it 2
we're
days
already
ago.
behind schedule. But
Well, do we really have a schedule?
Well, I mean, I'm going to try to be consistent so that way, we don't piss off our listeners.
Yeah,
if
but
we get any.
we're just starting,
Yeah, that's true.
and we don't have any listeners. So, I mean, we should build a little bit of a library before.
Nobody gives a shit yet. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I don't know what's going to come out of it. Anyways, I learned a lot about editing. I just need to find a distributor now and we'll get it out there. That's it.
Really?
But I did listen back. We both listened back and we both liked it.
Yeah, it sounded awesome. It sounded professional. Like it sounded like we've been doing it for years.
Well, I don't know if I
No,
sound like that now.
It did. It sounded great. It really did.
I mean, we're still learning stuff, right? Like we have a lot to learn.
Well, yeah, we do.
And hopefully we'll get better at this. But anyway, I wanted to clarify some stuff from the first episode because I was like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. But I did say something about me letting myself go. And I was, I should apologize and clarify because we should love ourselves at any size or anything,
You be you.
Yeah, you be you. You
I'll
should love
be me.
yourself. Like for me, you have to understand, growing up, I was struggling with obesity since childhood. Like I was 100 pounds when I was 5 years old. That's how it started for me. And all of my life, wearing husky size clothing, adult clothing, because they didn't make sizes like that for kids my age. It was very difficult, So of course, when I was growing up, I was fat shamed by everyone, especially people in my family, and I saw this happening to one of my cousins during the holidays when we were at the holiday dinner, and my mom was fat shaming him and he's not even in bad shape,
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, come on. Like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, yeah,
But that's the
that's-
stuff that I dealt with.
Yeah, well, not only is it fat shaming you, but it's abuse.
Yeah.
That's a form of abuse.
I mean, I didn't feel abused. My parents did what they knew how to do. They didn't know how to.
Right, but I mean, deep down, it wreaked havoc within.
It did. I lived, because I still carry that stigma with me.
You were traumatized.
So I guess what I want to say is like, you should have self-love at any size. If you're
Absolutely.
comfortable with your body,
Mm-hmm.
love yourself or whatever, man. But for me, I grew up with that. And so when I lost this weight because I lost the weight because I decided to start a GLP-1 medication a couple years ago, going on 3 years now. I'm still on it. And it's helped me a lot. And not only did it help me with the weight loss and give me confidence because my appearance has changed a lot, but it also helped me with things like my blood pressure came down, right? My risk of like becoming a diabetic came down. I didn't have problems with cholesterol because I'm a vegetarian. So luckily for that, and that runs in my family, the high cholesterol.
Well, talk about GLP-1. Well, what it is, what it looks like, what you have to do with it.
Oh, so the GLP-1 was designed for diabetes. It probably came out 20 years ago. It's a glucagon-like peptide 1. That's what a GLP-1 stands for. So it's a hormone in your body that your body already makes. Okay. And what this medicine, I think, does, it helps you to, I don't know if it adds more of the hormone or makes the hormone stick around longer. I can't remember exactly. But what it does, it makes you feel full longer.
What's the name of it?
Well, I don't think we should really name. People know what they are. GLP-1, but I don't think we can legally name the name.
Really?
Yeah, because we have to ask permission for that.
No kidding.
Yes. But anyway, the hormone does make you feel full longer. It slows down your digestion because you have that gut-brain connection. When your stomach knows it's full, it kind of triggers your brain, right? But it also works with the pancreas to release insulin. And, it was designed for type 2 diabetes. But it's something that has helped me out very much because of that. And it comes in a form of an injection that I give myself weekly. But I fully support the medicine because honestly, obesity is a disease. It's just like heart disease. Nobody gives anyone a hard time for taking heart medication.
Right.
Take your obesity medication.
Yeah.
But that medicine has been helping people with other things, So if it helps with their diabetes, it's also helping them with, their heart issues, their blood pressure. So it's improving all of the kidneys, it's improving all of these things.
It's weird how they came across and they found out that, it's that particular medicine is working for other symptoms.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because it turns you off from wanting to drink alcohol too. Like you don't crave alcohol. So I've read some newspaper like studies or whatever you want to call it, reports that it's being used for things like addiction.
Yeah.
But also I did hear on a news report or on a podcast that it affected people's libido too. Like they got turned off from sex as well. Oh yeah.
I work in the field of addiction, and I've never heard anybody speak of this to use it as a medicated assisted treatment.
Not yet, because it's not been green lit for that yet.
But it's on the market. It's FDA approved.
Well, it's FDA approved for diabetes, and
so it has
for
to be
weight loss now.
Really? So they would have to do an entirely different study to approve it for alcoholism.
For alcohol or for drug addiction.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I never knew that's how that worked.
And I think I read somewhere that, it even like for gambling addiction.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So this medicine has done a lot for people. It's not just making us look better, but it's also making us healthier. And I'm hoping insurance companies wisen up about it and go, it's saving money for us, right? Because now we're not dealing with people's heart disease.
Carlos, is it expensive?
It is expensive. Before I got it covered, I was paying upward of $600 a month for the medicine.
Shit.
I know.
God.
But I worked multiple jobs, so that's what I used to do it,
Did it come down in price?
Well, for me, now my insurance covers it, so my copay is very low.
Wow.
So it's actually doable, but I have to adhere to, following, taking it properly. And just because you're on the medicine doesn't mean you can just eat like shit. I mean, you
Right.
can, because your body will stop you, but also the side effects hit you. You get the nausea and the vomiting, which is it's very common with these medicines. And eating certain foods, you got to remember, it slows down your stomach from emptying. So,
Have you experienced nausea and
in the
vomiting?
beginning I did.
Really?
Yeah, there were certain times that
So you had to get acclimated to this
I
medication.
did. It took a while. Yeah. So
How long would you say it took?
it took me a good few months to really get the hang of it.
No kidding.
Yeah, because you start to eat differently,
Yeah, yeah.
and then, or not at all in the beginning, because you didn't want to get sick, or you just forgot to eat.
Right.
So you have to be really careful.
Did
You're
it
taking a
affect
lot of
your sleep
protein.
habits at all?
I don't think so, because I already sleep like shit as it is.
Yeah, you hardly sleep.
I hardly sleep. Well, no, today I slept. Well, no, yeah, 4 hours. Yeah, my body just wants to wake up after 4 hours. It's bizarre. So
I think I'm right there with you.
I support it. So for those of you, it's not. I used to be ashamed of taking it, and I would never admit it to people how I lost the weight, because everybody's like, "Wow, you look amazing," but now I'm like, "Fuck it."
Yeah. Did they ask, what are you doing, to lose this weight?
Oh yeah,
Really?
and I was working out a lot more.
Yeah,
It's exercising more. But at the same time, the medicine was very helpful. You still need to work out, because you start to lose muscle, because you don't eat as much, and you're not, it might make some people a little bit tired, but for me, it didn't.
Right.
It didn't really affect me like that.
Yeah.
But constipation is a big thing with it too. So if you decide to start that, you need to have a regimen with fiber and whatever,
Yeah.
constipation medicines that you can use over the counter to help. Anyway, enough about that.
I can identify, the way you feel, because I'm going through some dental work,
Oh,
and like I'm afraid to smile. I'm missing my entire upper roof of my all my teeth on the top are gone, and I have 4 on the bottom, and I'm in the process of getting some dental work done, and I'll tell you, it wreaks havoc with you.
it does.
Yeah, not well. What I really don't care, but what it did to me was, when you stop chewing, you lose your facial muscles, because you use muscles to chew. So, like, my face to me looks drawn down. I look thinner in the face. I can't pronounce my words correctly. I kind of mumble, and there's times where when I'm speaking, a string of saliva, thin saliva, comes out of nowhere,
Oh no.
because you don't realize it, but your teeth block a lot of things from exiting your mouth.
Yeah, and when we were having pizza in New York, you didn't have teeth for it, and then I guess some of the hot cheese got stuck on the roof
Oh
of your
my
mouth, because
God.
you didn't have your teeth to protect
I
you.
took a bite of a slice of pizza that was just out of the oven, and it literally stuck to the roof of my mouth, and I couldn't bite the slice. I couldn't bite it off. And I was fighting with it, and it was stuck there. And for a few days, I was so uncomfortable. I had the roof of my mouth burned,
Ouch.
to
I
say
think
the least.
we take it for granted,
Yeah, and you can't eat properly either.
Yeah, but I guess we're both working on not being self-conscious. I never bring that up about your teeth.
No,
That's
never.
temporary,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel better, I feel good. So I think that's what should matter, right? Stop being so self-conscious. And I'm
Bottom line.
trying to care less about that. I am just trying to be more accepting and loving and of myself. But I've had that in my brain all my life. So, and honestly, like the weight that I am now, I was at 25, but our bodies are not the same anymore in your 50s.
Yeah, your metabolism also changes. slows down. And we're not as active.
Yeah. I mean, we try to be.
You put all that together and, issues arise.
In our last episode, we also talked about, the dating nightmare. Again, basically, I wanted to say that it's not too late to get back out there. There's something that you said to me that I think is so funny. What is it? That there's an ass for every seat.
Oh, yeah. But something? I met Carlos on a online dating site for gays, Grinder.
That stupid dating app. God damn it.
God.
Well, I did complain last time how much I hated doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big G.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, let me just share this story. One of the horrifics from people play games. I was chatting up somebody, and we were going to have a casual encounter, and he gave me the address to go to, and he said, "Yeah, the door's open. Just walk in." So I get to the address, and I go and I walk in, and there was a family in the living room watching television. It was a setup. So, he must have been across the street laughing his balls off.
What a nightmare.
And, they called the police. And, I didn't run because I was parked, in their driveway. And, I showed the policeman and, the dad of the house what was going on. And thank God he understood. But there's a lot of, there's some dangers out there with these gay sites.
I mean, I think there's danger in any site.
Yeah, that's true.
For dating.
Yeah.
You just have to be careful and just be safe. Just let people know where you are and and if you're going to adult things, you're going to have adult conversations with people. And they just need to know. So shouldn't be embarrassed about wanting to do that. So to each his own, right?
Yeah, true.
Also, I wanted to ask you though, why did you come out now? In the last year, over a year ago, you came out. You chose to do it now. What changed?
The gig was over. The lying, the deceit. I got caught by my wife, and then I got caught by my girl. And, she stayed with me for, 4 or 5 years after, I got caught during COVID. And, she stayed with me up until 2024. But then, it just, when a woman finds out that, you have that part of you, that you're bisexual, it's tough. It's tough on them and kind of embarrassing. So, I wanted to share with the world before everybody else, and, she would, she would tell a person and then they would tell a person and so on. So I wanted to be the one to spill the beans on myself.
I mean, that's good, I suppose.
Yeah.
Do you feel better?
I do. And I came out on the internet.
I know.
I did a post. I did a post on Facebook after I told, my brothers and sisters and my son and my daughter.
And I remember saying to you, "Hey, maybe you want to slow down and not put it out there." And then you already hit send. You posted it.
Yeah.
But it was wild, though. It was wild.
What was amazing is the feedback that I had gotten from people that I have grown up with, people from my neighborhood, relatives, friends, best friends.
So much support.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
We still love the Anthony we know.
Mm-hmm.
It changes nothing.
It really doesn't. And it was just really, it was so nice to see, that things have changed somewhat. So, like, how is it now with like relationships, like with family? You said it was fine. Your
Well,
friends.
I'm still working on my relationship with my children.
Mm-hmm.
I've did some wrongs through the divorce, said some things, and there's some resentment towards me, a lot of resentment. Because they, for a while they weren't talking to me, and I got angry at that, and I was like, fine, and you don't want to talk to me, then you're dead to me, and like if I die, I don't even want you at my wake. I said some god awful things that I'm now regretting.
And they were adults about this time.
Oh
right?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And so knowing what you know now, would you have done anything differently?
I would have been more honest, more open. Carlos, I mentioned to you that, my son said to me that he knew in, like, in the year 2000, he read something on an iPad that I left hanging around. I got this thing of going online on my phone and in the computers and the iPads, and I don't erase history. I'm not computer savvy. I can get around, but I'm not that savvy. And I leave the evidence out there. And that's how people found out about me.
Oh, okay.
Or that's how family found out about me.
Wow. And they never said anything, I guess.
No.
They waited for you?
Yeah. I wasn't talking to my wife. I didn't know who she told them, or if she told anybody. It's strange not knowing if people know that little secret about you.
I mean, it's, yeah. I mean, like I said, previously, I held on to it for a very long time. I lived the life, of a gay man, but I had to hide it from my family, and not all of, like, mostly my parents, the grandparents, aunts, uncles, but like my siblings were aware of it. And they were fine, but we didn't know how to navigate the other stuff.
Right.
Because they're cultural.
I didn't date. Like I knew, at the age of 14 that I had those curiosities,
Mm-hmm.
But I never acted out on anything until I was in my 40s.
Okay.
I had my first, sexual encounter probably at the age of like 43,
Mm.
And, from then on, and there were times where I would go stagnant and not do anything for, years and years, and forget about it. And then I would act up again,
That must have been so hard.
It was.
Yeah.
It's a double life.
Yeah.
You double life.
I didn't have kids. I never had kids. So for me, it was very different, But I was still afraid to do it. And when I finally did come out, like, I guess my family didn't talk to me for a while. My stepdad was hilarious because he was like, "Oh, I didn't know you were gay. I thought you were just creative." Oh, for fuck's sake. He's such a nice guy though. It didn't make a difference, I guess. Nothing changed. My mother was tough, I mean, growing up, like I was adopted by my aunt, my mother's sister, and her husband is Latino, from Honduras. My family is Chinese, but my mother and her siblings were born and raised in Honduras. So, there's some cultural stuff, those mingling of those cultures. And it was hard. It was hard to navigate, because it was just not talked about. I remember that when I met my godfather, and he was a flamboyant queen, but he did it so well that, I was like, wow, how does he do that? And I remember seeing him with another guy, and I was like, oh, I know what that means, but nobody really explained it to me. And it's sad because I knew that I was like him. I knew that I was going to be like that. And I just didn't understand what it was. Like, I didn't know what the words were for it. I was only like 5, 6 years old,
Or if there even was a word.
Oh, yeah. There's plenty of like slurs, I'm sure. There are.
But at the age of 5, you don't know.
Yeah. But I started to hear them not too far from that, like later. And yeah, it was just, I don't know. I wish it were different. I wish the times were different, that we could have been, or I could have been able to come out, or you as well. It must have been harder for you because you already established a family. You already had children, and then you meet me, and then we get together.
Fun times.
I mean, for you too, you were saying how different it is to have
It is. It's very different.
Sexual relationship with me.
And to love a man, it's different,
and it took you a little bit to get.
I'm still getting used to it.
But
the thing is now, when we're all together, I don't care.
That's right.
I don't care if anybody sees me, I don't have to hide anything. It's no big deal to me now.
Because when we did first go out in public, you were really afraid.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember I was walking away. I was like, we don't have to do this now.
Yeah.
For me, this is the easy part. I wasn't even thinking like, wow, this is crazy for him.
Yeah.
But now you're like, you'll just kiss me in public. You don't give a shit.
It is what it is. That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyways, when we did meet, one of the things that really drove me insane were our politics and our values were so different. Like you're kind of like you were kind of rightish, dude. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Well, I haven't voted in a couple of years. And I just didn't like Harris. When I seen her, debating or if she was speaking in public, she just didn't have anything that I liked. She was like, she just didn't seem fit for the job for me.
What? And the other guy seemed fit for the job?
Well, I mean, he was president before,
So fucking what?
Well, I know.
So fucking what? They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. That's fucking appropriate to be president? Come on.
Oh, I hear you.
The fuck out of here. Jesus Christ. No. The fuck out of here with that. You kidding me? Dude, that almost broke us up. Honestly.
Really?
Yes. Wow. I was like, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah.
And I was trying to you have since evolved, which is good. Okay.
Right.
However, in the beginning, you would be like, let's watch Megyn Kelly.
Yeah. But you know something?
Jesse Waters is on. I was like, the fuck are these crazy people?
He's doing shit that I had no idea he was going to do.
Like, even my friends were questioning it. They were like, how can you be what's on? And I was like, I have family members that believe in that too.
Yeah.
Even like my good friend.
But you know what's weird? What's weird is that like how it's amazing that, politics is breaking people up.
Yeah.
Divorces, fistfights, you're no longer my friend. To me, that's shallow. I mean, you've got to, politics is one thing, your beliefs in politics, but if you're in love with somebody and they like the other person, it is what it is.
No, because I don't think it's that simple. I think
really,
because Anthony, I feel like the way the administration is now, like,
Well, you're letting politics control your life.
no, because these are people that, are voting against our interest, like they're, in my opinion, anti-women, anti-gay, anti-person of color. Like, it's...
Right. That's because you pay attention to it. There's millions of people that don't pay attention to politics.
But can you see how for me, I would be like, I don't know if I could be with this person because this is how they
I
think.
can see now. Yeah.
Right?
I can see now.
It's just, and seriously, some of my friends were confused because they were like, is he really gay? Because you really don't come off that way, right? And even my friend Fabienne would joke, oh, you guys are just having prison sex. Okay.
Really?
Yes.
What the fuck is prison sex? I was never in a prison.
Oh, I don't know. Like, I guess the way she explained it is, oh, yeah, you do this for me, you get a blowjob or something like that. I don't know. You do this for me, you get a sexual favor. Like,
you get a what?
A sexual favor.
Oh, God.
But it was very hard in the beginning and I tried to keep an open mind because, I do that for my parents. Okay. But it was almost a deal breaker.
Really?
Yeah.
But I wasn't constantly talking about Trump.
No, but every day we had Megyn Kelly on.
Right.
Okay. Notice that she hasn't been on for months, almost a year now.
Yeah. Whatever happened to her?
I couldn't listen to her anymore. I kind of swayed.
Is she still on?
She is. Really? She's one of the biggest people out there podcasting right now. I mean, rightfully so, because she's good at her job. I was
under the impression when we first met that you kind of liked her.
I tried to keep an open mind because what I try to do is listen to everyone because for me, If
you listen to one side constantly, you're going to believe that one side.
Well, that's why I listen to the other side.
Right.
I need to see.
Right.
And hear
and that
what
goes
is going on.
Both sides. Like, people just don't want to listen to the Trump side.
But here's the thing.
There's other people that don't want to listen to whatever else.
But the shit that they say, though, innately,
they all say the shit.
Innately feels wrong to me.
They're all motherfuckers.
They're all
motherfuckers.
So
they're all liars. They're all cheats. They go into office making $80,000 a year, from the smallest local fucking councilman or city councilor or whatever. And then they move up in office to senator and then Congress, and they go from making $120,000 a year and they do their taxes they reveal their taxes 5 years later and they're worth $10 million.
Yeah.
That fucking shit is crazy. People are getting into politics just to steal.
But I feel like that's what's happening.
It's a profession.
It's happening now.
And they're all in it together. They're all in it together.
Well, here's the thing. Your views have shifted.
Oh, they have.
Right?
But I still hate them all. Both sides.
I'm not crazy about the Democrats either right now because
all they do in Congress is they fight.
Well, they stay silent.
They're just constantly fighting and nothing's getting done. And it's beyond that now.
Yeah, because at this point, it's not even about the people. Right? It's all this fucking going on.
It's not about the people.
So your views have really shifted because you saw what it's doing to your job and to mine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like funding.
Like for instance, I work in the field of drug addiction. And, one of the biggest government agencies out there is SAMHSA. And SAMHSA, through Donald Trump has been cut drastically, funding.
Yeah.
And that helps people that drug addiction and mental illness. And, he cut that program drastically. And on the other hand, right, he cuts them and he's blowing up fucking boats in the Caribbean that are carrying cocaine because he doesn't want to hurt the addicts, but yet you're hurting the addicts cutting that program.
Well, the blowing up the boats, we don't know for sure.
Right.
Right, 'cause
But
that could have
you know, amazing. That's how it was introduced at first. But now it's not even about that. It's about the oil now.
Oh, yeah, that
You
fuckery.
know, it went from the drugs just to fucking the oil.
A huge oil grab that it is.
Wow.
Yeah, now it feels all fucked up.
It's
Yeah.
he's a fucking maniac.
Mm-hmm.
He's a fucking maniac.
And notice everyone lets it happen
Oof,
or helps it to happen. And
God.
the other side doesn't say anything
Now
about it.
he wants to take
It's
fucking
very frustrating.
Greenland. Yeah, it's gonna. The world is gonna. You know, it's gonna be a free for all.
I don't know.
Who can? It's like Monopoly. It's
Yeah,
like Monopoly. Like you know, I'll take Greenland and I'll take fucking Mexico and Venezuela, and then China will get fucking Korea
Taiwan.
and Taiwan. Like God. And Russia's gonna get Ukraine. You know, but
But we got oil. We're good.
yeah, and we're gonna get fucking out in Israel. We're gonna get the Strip.
Gaza.
You know, we're gonna get the Strip.
That's another mess over there.
It's just
Don't even get
it's a
me
fucking
started.
giant grab. It's a
This
country
is-
grab now, not just it's a country grab.
Yeah, disgusting.
You know?
I don't agree with the whole thing with
How
genocide.
much it's egoistic fucking mania.
I don't know, because all this stuff is happening at once, and you don't know what to focus on anymore.
You know what's crazy is it can't be just Trump. It's got to be who he's surrounded with too. Like he's not that fucking bright. There's people feeding him shit.
Oh,
You know?
Yeah. Yes. Agreed.
There's
because
people
those,
feeding him shit, and he's agreeing. Like, wow,
those
I
fucking
never thought of
billionaires.
that.
those
Yeah,
billionaires were starters, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you
yeah.
think?
Oh, absolutely.
they have a big,
Can you imagine?
big impact on this.
No
You know,
doubt.
they
No doubt.
control him,
Yeah,
right? They can't be bought. Oh yeah, they just bought him.
yeah,
You know,
no doubt.
And that whole thing with ICE. Oh my God, what the fuck?
Oh my
I
God.
cannot.
Can you imagine?
Okay.
And she wasn't even an illegal immigrant. She was just a.
Undocumented. We don't say illegal.
Well, she wasn't even undocumented. She
Yes.
was white as white could be.
You know.
You know? Wow.
Yep. Now they're killing one of their own. So it's offensive.
It's a
It is
free-for-all.
offensive.
It's a free for all.
And this is what I talk about with people who vote against their own self-interest, you know, because I saw at the hospital the other day, there were ICE, you know, a black guy, ICE federal agent or whatever the hell the fucking Velcro thing says on his fucking camo that he had on. It was appalling. It was just very appalling.
You know, that's another thing. There's so many letters, different organizations. You don't know what you're fucking reading on their backs.
No.
Seriously.
It was very confusing, and I didn't appreciate that they were speaking for the patient. I was like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to him.
You could dress up.
You can tell me, and then I'm going to ask the patient, but you need to get the fuck out of this room while I talk to my patient.
Yeah. You know, you could put on GFU on your flak jacket. You know, a gang of people with GFU and go around fucking pulling people over. Nobody knows who anybody is now.
No.
There's no accountability.
No.
You know? Police don't even know what's going on.
I don't know.
It's crazy.
Like, at least I feel like the police sometimes try. I don't know. That's not probably true for everybody.
Right.
Right? Because there's shitty people everywhere. You know, I had my issue with the police. You know, but at the same
Carlos,
time,
talk about when you got stopped out front coming home one day from ICE.
well, I don't know if they were ICE though, right? Because they were not like readily identifiable. They claimed to be, you know, but
How were they dressed?
they were not dressed in anything spectacular, just caps, and they had like a jacket on. This was like last April, so it was still cold outside, you know. And
How
then
many were there?
there was 3 of them, and they were asking me about, you know, my identification, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, who the fuck are you? I don't have to show you shit, you know. And that was just really upsetting. And then I just went into the building and nobody followed me. So,
Yeah.
and I was like, was that just cosplaying? Like, what the fuck was that? Like, it was just wild.
Yeah, it could.
But our neighbors are saying that people were getting arrested outside of our building,
Yeah.
And they would get taken in a car, and then another truck would come to tow their car away.
Yeah.
Right. So this shit is really happening. And this was happening last year.
Yeah. Well, I looked out the window one night and I seen a convoy of them, driving down. What street is this one right here? Going down this way.
Yeah, in front of our building.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
And that was like 3 a.m. They were going somewhere, to do something.
Yeah. So it's offensive. The whole thing is offensive. I don't even know how to talk about it. I'm struggling right now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
People are going to really, they already started, but people are going to start taking them out.
But that shouldn't happen either.
I know. People are going to start taking them out, man.
That violence shouldn't occur either. That's not okay.
Yeah.
I can just.
Can you imagine, right? Killing one of them, like you being on a roof somewhere and taking one out, and then you're making your way off that building down the stairs to the front door or the back door to get out of that building, and they're waiting for you. Can you imagine what they would fucking do to you?
Of course,
if you got caught killing you. My God, they would take you somewhere and fucking torture you.
Probably.
They probably have a torture chamber somewhere.
And I think they can get away with it. And I think what's going to happen...
They're getting away with it now.
I think what's going to happen is that they will get away with the thing in Minnesota and Portland.
Yep.
Right? I think they're going to get away with it. And apparently they have immunity. I don't know. I don't know enough.
Yeah.
Well,
it's already been said, like from the president on down, that the ICE agents followed protocol. Mm-hmm. So, even if the local law enforcement and the state's attorney general brought charges against that ICE person, he's going to get a fucking pardon.
Yeah.
He ain't going nowhere.
No.
So why pursue it? It's not going to be pursued because it's not going to go anywhere because he's going to get pardoned.
But what's the point then, right? What's the point in any of this?
Exactly.
We're in trouble. But do you see why the political difference was going to be a deal breaker? Because that is voting against my own interest, right?
Yeah, but you had no clue that it was going to be as bad as it is right now. Nobody could imagine.
My memory was not that short because the first time around he was like fucking it all up, and he was just going to do it worse this time around.
I don't remember. ICE wasn't involved his first time around.
No, but there were other things,
You know what's crazy is the first, like I grew up in East Boston in Massachusetts, and the first ICE arrests were in East Boston. Yep, like the day after his inauguration. They infiltrated East Boston and started arresting people because the consulate for El Salvador is in East Boston, and they were going after the MS-13. So like the target went right to East Boston. The first arrests were that's on their hit list was Eastie.
Yeah, and that's a sanctuary city.
Yep.
Right. They want
City
to target
of Boston.
all those.
Yep.
So. See, there's something wrong with this whole system, and this is why, like, I when my family, for example, supports this and they vote against women's rights, they're coming for us next for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anyone, right? Anyone is in trouble at this point. And what it reminds me of, and this is mind-boggling because we're watching that Hitler documentary right, on Netflix right now, and that is mind-boggling how the parallels are so real because it's happening again.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck did Hitler really say? Make Germany great again?
No, really.
What is happening?
God.
You know, and they get offended when you call them Nazis, which I'm
Yeah.
like, come on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it quacks like a fucking duck,
Yeah.
right?
Hey, do you think, I mean, I said on the news today that a lot of Republicans, they joined the other side.
What do you mean?
A lot of they went from being Republican to Democrats.
Who?
Like 5 of them.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I think they're still Republicans. I think it's how they voted for something. Right? What was up for?
No, I think they switched parties, is what I heard.
Oh, we gotta look that up.
They switched parties, yeah. Hey, do you think Trump will get elected again? If if he was to run again, do you think he would win again?
Well, that's against the Constitution.
It is. It is. We know that.
Right. Now, that much I know.
Let's just put a scenario out there that if he was able to run again, and whatever all this bullshit going on, do you think he would be reelected again?
I don't think he's healthy enough
That's not the
to make
question.
it through now.
That's not the question. Do you think people had enough of him, and they're gonna switch parties and vote against him?
I don't know. I think people still support all that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people out there. Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
Sad.
But do you see why that could have been the end of?
Oh yeah, yeah.
From the beginning, it could have been the end.
Yeah, seriously. I don't mean to change the subject, but I just happen to look at we're in a loft condominium in the city here, and we have those stainless steel shelves, and I'm looking at a jar of peanut butter, and
way to focus, Anthony.
No, I know, and we've got to buy. Just real quick, we have to remember to buy more peanut butter.
Okay.
Back to the news desk.
Well, we're not.
I'm
we're not
focused.
news desky people. You're
No,
so
we're
funny.
not. We're not. But,
But anyway.
I'm focused.
I know.
just happened, and my eyes just went to that.
But yeah, that's why the political differences. That is a big deal. Well, it was for me. But I see that you slowly evolved into a different person now with different ideas, because now you're thinking about like, oh, this could affect me too.
It's just I never dreamt that America, like growing up, I never dreamt that America would be in the position it is today. It's just our elected officials. It's a game of who can make the most money. Nobody cares about the poor, the sick, and suffering.
No.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Nobody can afford to live in any major city. Property is very expensive. People are not getting paid enough money. You can go on and on.
Yeah, and I work a
A
lot.
Yeah.
And and I still get
And
nervous.
I'm going to be 65, and when I look at it, I put all those years in, and I'm when Social Security is not even $3,000 a month, you put in all that work and effort, and you get shit, and you got to beg for it, and that might be gone.
Oh yeah,
that might be gone.
yeah. I mean, look what's happened in less than a year already.
I think that if they ever took Social Security away, people that are collecting it are gonna fucking go nuts. There's gonna be debts in the street. It's gonna be ugly.
It's going to get ugly, uglier, because it's already ugly.
It really is.
So, folks, I guess we're out of time because I'm out of steam, and
all good things come to an end.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. So we'd love to hear from you.
But you know something, Carlos?
What's that?
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
What?
Every new beginning comes from some other.
Oh my gosh!
But something. I love that saying.
Yeah,
I love that saying.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm out of steam, and we're out of time. But we would love to hear from you. So send us a message if any of this resonated with you, or if you disagreed with anything, or if you'd like to join us for a chat. What do you think, Anthony?
Yeah, absolutely. We would love your feedback. And just go easy on us. It's our first show.
I know. Be easy. Be nice. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Ciao, man.
Be back with episode 3.
Bye.